It's 12:30 a.m. and we are back again.
Again.
Yeah. Again. So yes, this is our. Well, we've been doing this going on almost in our third, almost in our third year.
Oh.
And alongside the great Conjolio, I'm Howard Cosell. Anyhow, since we started this show back, which is actually our anniversary is actually next month, people. The third.
This is why we have the super dope beat maker making us a new intro so we can start with something fresh.
So we will talk about the anniversary show further down the line. But since we've started this show, we have always done a Super Bowl preview and continuing our tradition. This is our yearly NBA Finals preview edition of the Mizzle An Dub Show. I'm happy because I got the matchup that I wanted because I could not stomach. I could not stomach. Yeah, I could have not stomach another damn Lakers Celtics final. And I would have stayed tomorrow. If they would have been in the finals, I would have not watched.
I would have boycotted for sure. I mean, I'd have watched the Celtics versus the Nuggets, even though I wouldn't have wanted. But if they gave us the Lakers and Celtics, you damn well sure that it would have been, oh, what are we doing? Not watching the finals.
Yeah.
That's 100%.
What's your thoughts about? I hope it ends in a tie.
I hope a tragedy happens and they just cancel it, and then they can be bubble champs again.
But that's here nor there. But before we dive into the finals, there's actually two topics I want to touch on first. We'll get to that. We'll get to that second. But Philadelphia has a new head coach. They decided to go in the route of Nick Nurse.
Well, you know why.
I know
you know why they hired Nick Nurse, right?
Because he has history with Daryl Morey, who was the GM of the Sixers. Yes, I get that. I understand it. Even though my gut tells me I still think James Harden is leaving. That's just that's just what my gut tells me.
Because the Sixers don't want to pay him what he's wanting, so he's gone.
He's
good for them.
He's not worth what he's asking for. If you want to be frank,
goddamn right he ain't. Where the fuck was he at in Game 7?
Hey, you ain't gotta tell me.
Game 6, where were you?
You ain't gotta tell me.
You had 2 solid games in that playoff series. 2. And both of them scored over 40 points.
Hey, you don't have to tell me.
I do like the Nick Nurse hire for the simple fact of the matter is that he's not that far removed from winning the damn final. Sure. He has his team in the play. He's had his team in the playoffs. The one thing that is going to be different is Embiid will be on the floor. Nurse does not rest his starters that much. So Embiid's going to have to come in 100%. And yeah, but I would like to see, I'm not concerned about the Sixers getting to the playoffs. I'm more concerned about them getting out the second fucking round.
Getting to the eventual conference finals, yes.
So I really wanted Monty Williams, 100%. I will take Nick Nurse for the simple fact of the matter is that he will make that team play defense. He does make adjustments, so it's a little bit different from Doc Rivers. So I'm okay with it. I don't see any vast improvements in year 1, maybe year 2, year 3, depending on his contract. Maybe we'll be all right. We'll be contenders again. We still got the big man. As long as we got the big man, I believe we can do anything. I think we need to do something with Tobias Harris because he's eating a lot of cap.
Yeah.
I don't want him to go, but if we can take the money, he's getting paid superstar money, and he ain't superstar playing. I mean, he did have a good play.
Now let me ask you this: if they, in a sense, restructure his contract to make him more cap friendly, would you still keep him?
Oh, I don't want Tobias to go, but I'm just saying, I can't be paying you $36 million, bro. You can't be getting paid $36 million, and you're not producing like a $36 million player.
All right. Well, you won't get no arguments from me.
That's just it.
None whatsoever to speak of. Well, I mean, it was. Well, I wouldn't say I'm shocked, but it's kind of interesting that they went that route. But one thing that you did point out was the fact that Nurse did reach out to Embiid which is the right thing to do. Talk to your
because they had
superstar,
beef.
talk to your MVP.
Yep.
Yes, they did. From that game-winning shot that Embiid hit a few years ago in Toronto, which big men are not supposed to hit threes like that from where he hit it at in a playoff game like that. But that just goes to show the talents that is Joel Embiid. So Philadelphia going to the round of Nick Nurse. Nick Nurse not going to take a break. So he goes straight from the north of the border to the city of brotherly love. And
well, he better bring his big boy pants with him.
Oh yeah,
because
Philadelphia
that fan base that I'm part of, we ain't no joke.
Philadelphia is a whole lot different. A whole lot different than the
12
fan base of than Toronto. Well, I'll say it like this: if you're talking the Maple Leafs or Canadian football, different story. But Raptor fans, not so much. But coming to Philadelphia, yeah, you better have thick skin, better have tough skin, better learn how to tune stuff out because otherwise, it will be a long process.
Yes.
For Mr. Nurse, but we'll see what happens. But going on to the other subject, truly feels like the end of an era in the Bay Area, as me and Mizzle pretty much expected. It's not shocking to us, but it's still kind of bittersweet. But the Bob Myers era of Golden State Warriors basketball has come to an end, and as I've said, yes, absolutely.
Two-time executive of the year. I mean, just the countless signings that he has, the trades every move that he has made has prospered. It's been great. I mean, he drafted Draymond Green, Klay Thompson, the Human Torch himself, Curry. So Jonathan Kuminga he drafted. I mean, just
Moody, Looney,
yeah.
Signing DiVincenzo, even drafted Harrison Barnes. He
has an eye for talent.
Yeah. And actually, Larry Riley was the one that drafted Wardell. But kudos to Larry Riley for seeing something in Bob Myers and taking him under his wing, and basically him along with Mr. West setting the Warriors up for it. Like I said, it has been the best. It's been the best era of Warriors basketball since the Warriors in the 70s. And for people that don't know, the Warriors in the 70s had some very, very freaking good teams.
Was Atlas there in that year you're talking?
Al Attles?
Attles, yeah. Was Attles there?
He was involved in the organization, yes. For most of that, he was the head coach. In the early part, I think he was still playing for the team, and then he eventually became the head coach, of course. Became the first head coach when the Warriors won their first championship since moving to the Bay, of course, as we know, back in 74, 75. But a lot of those Warriors teams, of course, led by the great Rick Barry, also a very baby Jamal Silk Wilkes. Yes, Jamal Wilkes was a Warrior before he became a Laker and helped win the Warriors win their first Bay Area title.
Talk about it.
Research your history. Research your history. Anyhow,
we are history. We're the history.
That's true too. But certainly the best era of Warriors basketball since they moved to the Bay Area in 61, 62, since the 70s. From 70, 71 to 77, 78, the Warriors made the playoffs multiple times, got to the conference finals more than once, of course, culminating with the title winning in 74, 75. But Bob Myers is stepping down. And it was a very emotional press conference.
It was. I might have to check it out. I just saw snippets of it, but I'm pretty sure that Sports Bay Area is running it.
But he is still under contract. Per se, his contract ends June 30th.
Yes.
So I think he's still there through the draft. But again, as we have said many times on this show, I trust Joe Lacob.
Without a doubt.
Joe Lacob and Peter Guber, they have put this together since they bought the team.
Yep.
So from the looks of it, it looks to be set up that Kirk Lacob, Joe's son, who, along with Mike Dunleavy Jr., who's been running the scouting department.
The team is in good hands. I mean,
Yes,
they're not going to drop off. I mean, they're not going to probably have the charisma or the bonding that Myers had with the team and everything like that. But I still think they're in good hands. I don't think they won't drop off at all.
Well, here's one of the things that Steph said, and one of the reasons why he loved Bob was because he could talk to Bob about anything, and Bob would give his honest opinion about where he is, where the team is, how the team could come to him with anything, and he was just a very good listener. And you can tell that there is a lot of love and respect and rapport for Bob Myers.
You ain't even I can give you a good example of that is that when Draymond Green was going off in the King series, who was the one that walked up to him and calmed him down?
Bob Myers.
And what did Bob Myers say to you? It's like, okay, you made your point. We get it. Now we need you to be on that bench for your teammates and go be that good teammate that I know that you are. And he said some other things, but he just literally made Draymond 360. He was here, and Bob Myers brought him down just by saying a few words to him. So he's going to be missed with that. And with that being said, I believe Draymond Green might walk.
That's a very
Bob Myers kept this unit together, but I believe if Myers go, don't be shocked if Draymond Green takes his self down to Southern California.
Well,
and I will hate him.
Well, I'll say this. You and I both agreed and said that things would be different going into 2023, 2024 for the Warriors.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And, of course, Draymond Green is a huge topic about that. And it's been discussed, be it if it's on KNBR, be it if it's on 95.7 The Game, or be it if it's on NBA TV, what have you, that there's a lot of discussion about possibly Draymond going to possibly playing with LeBron. That's even if LeBron stays in LA.
Well, he's his biggest sack supporter, so
true. They are very close friends. There's no issues about that.
You could probably ask Draymond Green, are they shaved or hairy? You down there so much. Just swing it.
Oh my God.
My bad.
Well, I mean, we do give honest opinions on that show. So, I mean,
you're going to get honest all of me. This is where I can speak freely. Until we become famous and they censor me. Until then.
If we get on a major network, and wait a minute here, folks.
If we get on a major network,
you're
gonna have to turn some fucking light on.
I think he's walking towards the light.
There we go.
I have ascended.
There you are, sunshine.
I have ascended.
Yes,
we have a friend of the program, Mr. Sullivan, is joining us. We were just talking about two things as you were handling your duties. We were talking about Nick Nurse becoming the new coach of the 76ers. And now we're just explaining about paying tribute to Bob Myers as Bob Myers is stepping down as the Warriors GM. Although Joe Lacob has said he's not going to run yet. He indeed deserves a big salute and a lot of big credit. Joe Lacob has said that he's not going to rush to name a successor, although, again, like I said, it possibly might be his son, Kirk, who's been head of the scouting department, along with Mike Dunleavy Jr., who's also been a part of the organization. But he says he won't rush the decision. But your thoughts on a new era about to happen in the Bay Area for Warriors basketball?
You don't care. He's a Laker fan.
I do care.
But he does
this much. A smidge. A skosh.
Yeah, I kind of hope whoever gets in there screws it up, and just trade everybody. But no, whoever it is definitely has got some big shoes to fill.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about a man who took a team who was middle of the road, the Monte Ellis whole thing, and this guy takes this team, builds it from nothing, and makes a dynasty out of it.
You damn right.
So you can't rush that next pick. But
Hell,
if it's a familiar face, that's good. That means they're going to be on track.
Yeah. What hell? I would think that he has the right to pick his successor.
I would agree with that.
No, yeah,
I believe he has that right.
I won't argue that.
And then if he's picking it, I damn sure would trust it a lot more. If he's picking it.
Well, like I said all the time, I trust Joe Lacob. I trust people.
100.
They have not given me a reason not to distrust them. Because I mean, like Lacob said, he does not care about this. He does not care about the luxury tax. We're going to win. Those were his words as he said that today in his press conference.
Money ain't an object.
Salute Bob Myers. It's almost like the same thing when
Bob
Dr.
Myers
Bush was
the
alive.
perfect beer.
That is frosty indeed.
Yes.
Very, 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 very frosty. So now,
wait, hold on. I have a question for you. Are you ready for Draymond Green to come on down to Southern California?
Sure, why not? Another old ass person coming out. Yeah, why not?
I believe he's walking, and the reason why he will walk is because Bob Myers is walking. And so we already know that, he has a nice pad down in between LeBron's legs. He has a home down there. So,
I mean, it would be nice, I guess, but again, AD does not like playing the 5. He's not sturdy enough to play the 5.
Draymond has no problem playing that though.
Draymond, I'd put Draymond at the 5.
I would literally hate him if he come down there.
I bet you would.
I would literally.
I bet you would.
Oh my God, I will boo the shit.
But it doesn't address what we need.
Okay. So with that said,
we'll give you your little Lakers,
and you can give your state of the Lakers address if you're speaking like you're Rob Pelinka. What?
Oh yeah.
What's the plan? Who should you build around? Who should be the nucleus? And who should you go get?
Now, mind you,
well,
like other Lakers fans watching this, so make
I could sit here and just blow it all up and start from scratch. I wouldn't be too mad at that. But realistically, you've got your 2 stars. Okay, what you don't have is shooters and a point guard.
Correct.
Ooh, yeah.
And a consistent one of both.
Yeah.
You keep Reeves. You keep. I would keep Lonnie Walker. I would keep Beasley, and I would keep Vanderbilt. I don't know how I feel about Mo Bamba. I didn't get to watch him play.
Did he play?
Very, very sparingly. I think the first 2-3 games.
Okay, I must have blinked and he was out the game. That or he was in the game and out the game. That must happen.
Yeah, he. I guess he got hurt. He didn't play all the playoffs. I don't know. Everybody in a Laker uniform gets hurt these days, so we ain't gonna go there. But and yeah, I mean, maybe I'm real hesitant about Kyrie. I don't know how he's gonna fit in with what we have.
You don't want that.
But I did see something that was interesting. Take what little bit of draft picks we have, 1 or 2 of these players, send them to Atlanta for Trae Young. Get your young stud. Bring them in.
I will send a memo to the NBA like, what the hell you do that for?
Right. Like, how did you? Hey,
this is where
I think we're owed one for the Chris Paul debacle.
I'm gonna say this is where you wish David Stern was still back in office because he'll veto that shit quick. No.
Yeah, no, right.
Hey, you don't understand how happy I was when you vetoed that trade to Chris Paul to the Lakers. I was like, you damn right. Y'all done won multiple titles. I'm sorry. Y'all done won multiple titles.
Story time. It wasn't David Stern.
Who was it?
It was the idiot assistant general manager of the Hornets.
He
jumped the gun.
He fucked it up.
He jumped the gun. Fucked it up with Dr. Buss.
Jeannie Buss told the story.
That's the reason why Stern vetoed it, because the shit wasn't in order.
It wasn't done correctly.
Oh,
Yeah. So the trade was going to
thank
happen.
you, Charlotte Hornets.
Well,
Yeah.
they were in New Orleans at the time. They were in New Orleans at the time.
What?
But-
Mama named him
but
Clay.
yeah.
I'm gonna call him Clay.
Yeah, but yeah, true story. Jeannie Buss has talked about this multiple times about the trade was going to happen, but the Hornets screwed it all up.
Yeah.
Oh, those
And
pesky
that's why they're
Hornets.
Pelicans.
Those pesky Hornets.
But here's the thing, and I don't want to, I mean, we could play what ifs all day every day, but here's what I say to that: if the trade would have happened, there is still no who's to say that Kobe's body still does not fail him like it did towards the end of his career.
They'd have got a title with Chris Paul.
I don't doubt that, but given Chris Paul's injury-prone history, and given what happened to Kobe after 2010, who's still to say that the Mavericks still don't sweep him in 2011?
It's possible, probably likely. But at the same time, do either one have to work as hard individually?
Nope.
If
No,
they're
they
together.
don't.
So
Chris
maybe
Paul
Kobe's
taking that
not
load.
pushing
He's
his
taking
body.
that load
Maybe
off
Chris ain't
Kobe
pushing his
already.
body.
But
And then you would have had Pau Gasol. I mean, God, that would have been scary.
Here's the question: because
If
Lamar
this was
Odom was a part of this trade, who becomes the versatile defender that Lamar Odom was if he's a part of the trade package?
That is a good.
Interesting.
They would have to adjust.
Playing
That's a damn good
2K era. Been playing 2K eras with that era Laker team. Maybe Devin George. I mean, that's kind of what he did turn into.
Mr.
He
Marshall.
was nice. He was nice.
Yeah.
He was nice.
But yeah, I mean, there's no replacing a Lamar Odom.
No.
Period.
Especially
that's
corner
like,
three. Especially his corner jumper. And
I mean,
his mid range
handles.
His mid range was ridiculous.
Defense.
It was smooth like Sam Perkins when he shot the ball.
Man. And Perk was a fucker.
You talking about
I'm just.
Come on now.
I'm just trying to tell you. You want to talk about left-handed jumpers that were smooth?
Perkins, yeah.
Sam Perkins was called the Big Smooth for a reason.
Well, if you gonna go there, you can say what Perkins. You can go ahead and say Odom. You can say Tony Kukoc.
Yeah.
Imagine Sam Perkins never leaves the Lakers.
Oh.
Which
him
became
and Shaq.
Which became the Seattle Supersonics game, but also another, of course, Chris Mullin, one of the greatest lefty shooters of all time. But I think another lefty that gets really, really underrated and had one of the sweetest jump shots of all time is the late great Mr. Wayman Tisdale, which of course became a fantastic jazz musician before he tragically passed away early.
Excuse me,
but
got all his music. Pop's got all of it.
Yeah, he does. I've seen his collection, but no, Wayman Tisdale had a very smooth mid-range shot.
He was smooth in more ways than one.
Yes, he was.
He was smooth in Phoenix.
Yeah, well,
he was wearing that Suns uniform. He was killing it.
Well, people forget how good he was in Sacramento and this is when the Kings were very sucky.
Yeah.
Because I mean, you had him and Mitch Richmond both playing two-way, and not to mention you had Lionel Simmons also playing at the small forward position.
We giving the people too much right now. too much knowledge getting dropped right now.
Right? Hold on, we getting paid for this?
Not yet. Not yet.
But there's gonna be a back order.
But with that said, given the fact that your team start the season 2-10, and ended up getting to the conference finals, which is
not bad.
That's not. Yes, we make fun of y'all getting swept because that's just because we're Laker bashers. That comes with the territory.
That's fine. You know what? We earned it.
We
earned it.
And if I didn't do it, you'd be asking questions like, "Who the fuck is that
right.
guy?" Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Who hit him with a baseball bat?
but with that said, credit must be given because I mean most teams don't qualify for the playoffs starting 2-10, let alone getting to the conference finals. And here's the thing: yes, y'all got swept, but the games were all close. It's not like I was getting blown. It's not like I was getting blown out. Like you had leads in the game and just Denver was just the better team.
Just a few stops on Jamal Murray maybe would have got you guys a win because he just saw the ball go in that rim and it was over.
The problem is we were just inconsistent.
Yep.
You
Correct.
get there and it was always somebody disappeared. D'Lo, somebody took his phone. I don't know.
After game six against Memphis, where he was spectacular.
Yeah.
One of the reasons,
balled his ass off.
One of the reasons why they won game six against Memphis was because D'Lo just went off and shot the ball like crazy, and then it just completely disappeared.
Right. He went like 4 for 6 in the 3-point behind the 3-point line at one point.
Yeah, he shot about 12 or 17 in that game.
Yeah,
and it just seemed like everything he put up was going in.
The only two that were consistent throughout the entire playoffs / Western Finals was LeBron and AR-15.
Don't forget Hachimura. Hachimura was spectacular.
Yeah, you're right. Right. Every opportunity he got, he took full advantage of.
You beat me to it because I was about to say, man, hold on.
And I will amend my keepers from earlier. He definitely needs to stay.
Yes.
But I knew that was going to be a good move when we first made it.
Oh, yeah.
I knew it was the start of a turnover. I didn't think it was going to be that big of a turnover. But that was a big trade.
Y'all fought from – here's the thing I also got to understand. Y'all was the 11 seed at one point.
Yes.
There was no 12
over here. Fist put
I think we would drop
Lakers ain't gonna make the playoffs. And all of a sudden, them youngsters got it together. And then LeBron was like, "Oh, it's time for me to get back in and put my cape on."
I think Darvin Ham
made it farther with the youngsters.
Darvin Ham's defensive mind, what he wants to do, build a tough-minded defensive team. I love it. He better not lose his fucking job.
I don't think he does. Why would he? He's losing the job. I don't think he should lose.
I mean, give him the full tenure, not 1 or 2 years, not.
Yeah, no, yeah.
You know what I mean?
No. Let him put his program together. Absolutely.
Yeah. If you allow Vogel to do it, you gotta let Darvin Ham do it. I like Vogel. I think Vogel's a great coach. He was good for what we had at that time. But I think Darvin Ham was the right hire.
I agree.
Oh, I said when he got out, I said if the Lakers would leave him alone and let him put his program together.
Yeah.
Yep.
Darvin Ham can do some things in
we'll build a winner. Now
your defense
is not going to be Showtime. It ain't going to be that type of team.
Well, no, it's going to be what the NBA is now. He's going to run the style. That's what the NBA is at now.
I think with a lot of edge though.
Well, but
I think he'll build a 04 Detroit type team.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He put the Pistons.
But here's the question. And Brian, you know this as well as anybody. You know how impatient and obnoxious your fan base is.
No, what? Us? Never.
I'm not saying you. Not saying you.
Oh, I am too, though. I understand a little more than most. I'm still a fucking retard.
I'm not saying you, but you know how impatient Laker fans are.
Yes.
And they want everything. And they want everything to just happen now. Kind of the same thing. Like
we should be receiving the next 5 championships tomorrow.
Yeah, that's how they act.
Absolutely.
But however, I think they need to learn a little bit of patience because, like I said, I think Darvin Ham was a tremendous hire. Now, if they hit on getting the right pieces to fit what Darvin Ham's trying to do, they can do some things. But I'll segue and let you finish, and then we'll segue into what happened on Monday night. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Finish.
Well, I'm just gonna say we gotta stick with the program. Get some guys that are consistent. We need guys that are consistent, shooters, defense, all the way around. If you're gonna build around LeBron and AD, you have to be able to compensate for their shortcomings. LeBron's getting old. He cannot keep playing 38 minutes, 40 minutes a fucking game. It's not feasible. He's gonna turn into Kobe.
Agreed.
He's going to turn into Kobe. AD He's got to play his position. He needs to be a point forward, shooter. We need somebody that can be in the middle and bang.
Consistently.
Consistently. I would go after. I mean, I'm really curious, very interested to see how Bam plays Joker.
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
You need that man is going to dominate the Western Conference for the next 10 years. You've got to find somebody to compete with him, period. Understand that, know that, and deal with it.
Well, you know my motto when it comes to him. I've been saying that since we've been talking about it. The man walks into your building with a triple-double in his pocket.
Right.
You better be ready for it.
Waiting to just lay it on the fucking floor for you.
Yeah. He walks into the building with it. It's in his pocket.
Now, before we segue and preview into game one of the finals, which is coming up on Thursday on ABC, let's go back to Monday night to where, and I've been saying this all postseason long.
Let's go.
I have posted it more than once, but I'm just saying, and I've been saying this all along. The Miami Heat are not your normal number 8 seed. I've been saying this forever, and I've been saying they can legitimately win the Larry. And again, here's the thing: as we go back to Monday night and go back to Game 6, as the Heat beat the Celtics on the parquet floor, not one time, not 2 times, 3 times. The Miami Heat beat the Celtics on the legendary parquet floor in the Garden.
Have I said? The Celtics are the only team in the playoffs that did not protect home. They suck at home.
And because of that.
The Heat parquet their nuts in their mouth.
And the Heat are a good wait. But here's the thing. The Heat ain't scared of nothing. They took out the number 1 seed like it was nothing.
No.
Like it was nothing. And as Dub will always say, they lost their first
the first playing game.
They had to win. They've been on the winning.
They had to win to get the playoffs.
Right. Yeah. No, it's been that mentality from the jump.
Because you know why? They got Jimmy Butler, bro, aka Jimmy Buckets. That boy.
Hey.
If you saw his press conference, yet again, why I'm so impressed with Jimmy. He said, "Well, I don't call them reserve players.
No,
they're my teammates."
Yeah. Period. My brothers. Hey, I've been saying this since 2020. What were they, the 5th seed that year?
They were a low seed.
Yeah, they were low seed and no games were fucking Hemis.
Yeah.
We had to fight for that championship.
Oh, yeah.
Albeit it might have been,
Jimmy
5-1, whatever the case was. But those games were hard.
Yeah.
That team has been a dog from that point. Motherfuckers are lucky Oladipo's not fucking healthy.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness.
Drop it on them.
My goodness.
And they better pray to God that fucking Kyle Lowry don't show the fuck up.
Well, not just that. Not just that.
Well, they might get Hero back.
Tyler Hero is
the Cape Hero's coming back.
Tyler Hero is aiming.
He's
aiming for Game 3 to come and play.
We lost. We lost.
I'll
continue to go in, but here's another thing: Caleb Martin. Huge.
If it was not for Jimmy, if it's not for Jimmy Butler, it might be Caleb Martin winning the Larry Bird MVP award in the Eastern Conference Finals.
That boy balled.
Yeah, well, him and Vincent Ball.
What you see with Caleb Martin is what you see what Jamal Murray is doing in different conference. I love. Oh, this is gonna be nice, bro. This finals is gonna be real nice.
So just to piggyback on what happened in Game 6, Miami wins by a final score. Miami wins by a final score of 103-84. It's not surprising. It's not surprising that Miami won Game 7. No. It's how they won, and
what's the narrative though? Right, what's the narrative though? Why did Boston kind of really lose that game? What's going to be
because they basically pulled the Golden State Warriors, living by the 3 and dying by the 3.
No, I wasn't going to say that. Didn't Jason Tatum roll his ankle?
That too. That didn't help.
That's going to be the story.
That did not help. But at the same time, the Heat clamped defensively
Oh,
on Jaylen
Brown could not dribble with his left
and
hand.
Jaylen Brown caused 8 turnovers by himself.
He couldn't dribble.
No.
Everywhere he made a step, there was somebody stepping right there with it to his dribble.
The Heat defense was clamping big time on Jaylen Brown, and of course, and Mizzle and I are huge Jaylen Brown fans. Have been since we saw the young man play in Berkeley, California.
Yeah.
Okay. And if the Celtics want to trade the Warriors, I am all for it.
Depending on who they got to give up to get him, though.
Yeah, I'm not giving up Andrew Wiggins.
No,
you can miss
I'm not giving up Kuminga. We're not giving up Kuminga.
Now, if you want to take Jordan Poole, have at it. Have at it.
What do you say? Thank you.
Thank you. However, yes, Tatum, once he started grimacing, he was not the same. But all I'm saying is, when you start the game 0 of 11, 0 of 10, 0 of 11 from 3-point range,
you got to do something different.
And it's not sinking.
Yeah.
Okay. And not to sound like Homer, but if Curry's not hitting from 3 to start the game, Curry always finds a way to drive to the basket, get his 2-game going, and eventually the 3s start flowing.
As he works.
Once Boston, once you're missing your first 5 shots, attack the rim. Or as Dr. J said in a shoe commercial, bring your soul to the hole. Bring your soul to the hole. Another example, your guy, the Iverson, the answer. Okay, was he a volume shooter? Absolutely, he was. But if the shot was not falling, Iverson was not scared to go to the cup.
Well, Iverson will start to the basket first, though, and then he'll start working. It was mid range, drive to the basket, and then once he was in his mode, I step out here and bust these threes.
But here's the thing, and the 3-point shot was not as strong too because he didn't have to do that.
No, he didn't because you couldn't stop him. He killing you off the dribble.
It was mid range, or I'm breaking your ankles and I'm bringing the soul to the hole. Now, going back to that, which again. Martin, Strus, Vincent were fantastic defensively, coming down on Tatum and on Brown. And also, of course, Jimmy always plays defense. That's
No, that's never been a question when it came to
that's never an issue.
No.
But here's what I did like. Even though he struggled scoring the ball, Bam was still getting rebounds and still playing defense. And again, as we've been saying on the show, makes it sound like we're big Miami Heat homers. We're not. It's just
I'm a Jimmy Butler fan.
As I've been saying, certainly like the San Antonio Fundamentals, the Miami Heat is one of the best ran sports organizations in North American professional sports. Period. That starts with Mickey Arson. That also starts with the coolest hairdo in sports, Mr. Slickback himself, Mr. Pat Riley. But also, again, can we please put some respect on Pat Riley's name? Because all the man seemingly does, just like Mr. West, all Pat Riley does is just win and just consistently get to the finals. Which the picture you sent me early this morning. 3 times he's gone to the finals as a player. 10 times as a coach. 1 5 with the Lakers, 1 with the Heat in 2006. Of course, the 15-strong team, as he calls that team in 06. As an executive, been there 6 times.
19.
As an executive, been there 6, won it twice as executive. And 19 times. Okay, 25% of the league history of the NBA Finals has involved Pat Riley's name, and if that's the case, I'll say about 80% has involved Red Auerbach and his name.
Yeah.
Well, with all the times winning, 16 of the 17 as an executive for the Boston Celtics. So I'm just saying. Pat Riley just knows what he's doing.
Yep.
And also, you throw in Alonzo Mourning because Alonzo Mourning is learning under Pat Riley.
So you already know what's going to happen then when
Pat
Riley
once
down.
Pat Riley decides he wants to just
live
on the beach, Alonzo's going to take the Pat Riley role. Absolutely.
He's been sitting right there next to Pat, soaking it all up for years. But the moment Mourning retired, I think he took that position as soon as he retired, if I'm not correct.
Right. Yeah. He's the first Heat number retired. The Heat culture is real. And technically, it really started when Pat Riley left the Knicks. And he left some very damn good Knicks teams to come to Miami. The culture in Miami started the day Miami hired Pat Riley.
Indeed.
And Pat Riley single-handedly made the Heat a viable franchise in the NBA. And hence why they're playing in their 7th final, trying to go for their 4th title against a very, very good Denver Nuggets team.
Yeah.
Now, with that said, again, which Miami shot the ball well, but again, they just took care of the ball and clamped down. Butler at 28. Like I said, Caleb Martin at 26, but just the way he shot the ball, he shot 11 of 16 from the floor, was 4-6 from 3-point range. Hell, even Jimmy Butler hit 3 threes, and that's not Jimmy Butler's game. If Jimmy Butler's hitting threes, it is a long, long night for your opponent. But Bam had 12 and 10. Vincent had 10. Strus had 8 off the bench. Robinson was huge again. He had 10 off the bench.
That's a sleeper. That's a good X factor right there. Duncan Robinson.
Yes.
He can catch fire.
Another guy that can shoot. And if he's hitting and then Tyler Hero returns in game 3 and he hits, that's going to be a problem for the Denver Nuggets. I'm just trying to tell you. But I mean, Brown struggled, shot 8 of 23. White did all he could to try to keep the team in the game, which Derek White had a fantastic series. Scored 18, but it was on 5 of 12 shooting. Marcus Smart was only 4 of 12. Oliver only took 3 shots, or only took 8 shots, was 3 of 8. Tatum struggled with his 14, shooting 5 of 13. It just, some might say Boston was tired to force a game 7 per se. I can understand some of that.
I agree. Yeah,
but I mean, just the way the Garden was jumping before tip-off, and just how the Heat just deflated that crowd. The crowd just can never get back in that game, and again, that's credit to Miami, and again, why Stephen A. Smith has said it. Eric Spoelstra just knows the pulse of his team, and even in the press conference. And I'm telling you, Game 6 was as drama-filled the last 3 minutes as you want it to be.
That was good basketball.
And it was a heartbreak the way Miami lost that game. I mean, Jimmy Buckets gets fouled behind the 3-point line. Horrible foul by Al Horford.
Horrible.
Makes all 3. And then Bam forgets to box out Derek White, and Derek White is right.
They forgot the guard the inbounder. Most teams
suffering a loss like that in the playoffs like that normally do not recover and normally get blown out. They normally do. But just how calm Spoelstra was after the press conference saying, well, we like doing things the hard way, but we will be ready to play game 7. That's all there is to it. And then here comes Jimmy Butler. We gonna give everything we got, and we're coming there to play to win. Follow his lead. Then to go back to what Jimmy Butler said last year in games, it's funny how. Okay, the year before last year when the Warriors won their 4th title, when Curry said after the playing game after losing a heartbreak to the Lakers, he said, "Yeah, I don't want to see this next year." What happens?
Exactly.
One of the greatest Steph memes ever of all time. Fast forward to game 7 last season of the conference finals. Jimmy Butler said, we got the team here. We know what we can do. We will be back in the same spot next year. What happens? Game 7 on the parquet floor in the Garden. Not the original Boston Garden, but in the Garden. and Miami beats them soundly by 19 points. But again, Heat culture is real. Eric Spoelstra has been with this organization for 28 years, from being a video guy to a scout to an assistant. He has literally been through everything that the Heat have gone through since Pat Riley has been in Miami since 1995. And that is just kudos to him, kudos to Mickey Arson, kudos to this whole organization. So them getting to their 7th finals appearance is not surprising.
Nope.
So when I say that they're not the normal number 8 seed, they're not.
No.
Because all they do is they know who they are, they stick to who they are, don't change, and they just give you everything they got. They play to the final buzzer, which is why it will not be an easy task for the Denver Nuggets. And rightfully so. Rightfully so, Denver should be favored. Rightfully so. And I think they were minus 360. I think that's the odds.
So Miami will be the underdog, correct?
Yes, correct.
And I believe, if you want to be correct, Miami's been the underdog in every series they've been in, correct? They wasn't supposed to beat the Bucks.
No.
Were they who did they play last?
They played the Knicks before they got to the conference finals.
Were they the underdogs against? No, I think it might have been kind of even with the Knicks.
I think the Knicks and Heat was a push.
I think that series might have been a little even.
That was a push.
But they were for damn sure the underdogs playing the Celtics.
Yes. Yeah.
So
you're playing a 57-win Celtics team. That's the defending conference champions.
I mean,
and also Boston must be given some credit. I know the Celtics 5 out of the last 7 years have been to the conference finals, which you really can't say that's surprising because I mean these are the Boston Celtics, and they have a tremendous history, as we well all know.
Well, that organization is ran right just as well.
Yeah, well, I mean, they did the right thing in putting Brad Stevens in charge.
Brain is just his basketball IQ is just off the chain. So they'll still be contending. But
yeah, so
I do like Denver. I like Denver. But like I told somebody today, I said I'm a Jimmy Butler fan, man. So I want Jimmy Butler to get the ring. But I won't be upset if Denver win. You know what I'm saying?
I said the exact same thing because my coworker asked me this question. I said, I'm okay with either team winning. I really, truly am.
Yep.
But like you, I'm a Jimmy Butler fan. and given how he left his soul out there in Orlando in 2020 with one of the greatest sports pictures you'll ever see live, go to Getty's Images and just say Jimmy Butler 2020 NBA Finals, where he's like literally leaning over the table because
somebody
left his soul out there.
Yeah, he left it on the court, and that's what I told you he'll do in Game 7. How many minutes did Jimmy Butler play? I said he should have played the whole game.
Well, he didn't need to because
you know what? But they had so much of a lead that he could sit. That's how the game was.
Yeah. But here's the thing. He played 43 minutes.
Oh, damn near the whole game.
Bam played 43 minutes.
See?
But it was Caleb Martin that played 45.
Well, because he was balling, bro. He was balling.
Yes.
Jimmy didn't have to do much.
No. Well, I mean, but it just seemed like Boston will get a little mini run. And it almost kind of reminded me of Fred VanVleet against the Warriors in 2019. Warriors will make a run. It just seemed like Fred VanVleet made a key shot. Here come the Raptors. They're back up 6 again.
Don't remind me of that final, bro.
Well,
that's a heartbreak. But yeah, you're right.
I know, but
VanVleet I couldn't stand him because he was hitting everything.
It seemed like everything he threw up. It's like, how is this fucker making it?
And because they was putting not the clamps on Kawhi, because Kawhi was getting his, but Kawhi did not have like Kawhi type games.
Correct.
Warriors figured out how to handle him, but Fred.
Well, heck, I know they gave the MVP to Kawhi, but I said, damn it should go to Fred VanVleet. It should have went to him. But it just seemed like Boston were trying to make a little run, And it just seemed like Caleb Martin was always the one hitting the big shot to restart a mini Miami run.
I agree.
It's just amazing. So, like I said, we got the matchup that we wanted. Yes, we know the Heat have been there 7 times, but Heat Nuggets in the finals matchup it's the first time it's happening. So you get a fresh new matchup. Even though, like I said, Miami has been there before. It's their 7th time.
This is something
there, but
so this is a different feel. This is a different feel.
And not to mention, you get a little ABA feel, which of course we talked about. The Nets, Pacers, Spurs, and Nuggets were the 4 teams that merged from the ABA to the NBA, and the Nuggets were the only team from the ABA merger that had not appeared in NBA finals, because as we know, the Spurs won 5, or as we say, 4.5.
Yep.
Because we don't count 98-99 as a full season, but they've been to the finals multiple times. The Pacers went to the finals in 2000, of course. The Nets went back-to-back in 02 and 03. So the Nuggets were the last team to not make an appearance from the ABA merger, and now here they are. Which rightfully so, they have home court advantage. They've earned that right. Now, my question is, because the Nuggets have had a long, long rest, and Miami only will get about 2.5 days of rest.
Well, they left Boston and
went to
they booked their flights before
they booked their flight for Denver. Like I said,
I like that cockiness. Like it. I don't care. The media can try to spin it all they want to. When I read that, I was like, "Oh!" I had the Dave Chappelle. Oh snap!
Yeah. Now they do now they weren't stupid and go trash the statue like some people do in Philadelphia, messing with the Balboa statue.
You don't do it. Every time you do it, you lose.
You do not decree Rocky Balboa. You don't do that.
You lose. It's been proven.
You don't do that. But no, they were confident. But like I said, Miami knows who they are.
Exactly.
The Miami Heat know who they are, and they're gonna go up there and they're gonna go different. Like, yeah, we know we're an altitude. Yes, we know the Joker is who he is, but
Miami has stolen game 1 in each series.
Yes. The Miami Heat are not afraid of playing on the road. Yes, I know the 2 meetings they met in the regular season. Denver won both of them. Yes,
and Jimmy Butler was ready to take flight on the whole Nugget team when Jokic pushed Morris in the back.
I get it, and I understand it. I do, but the Miami Heat are on a mission. They just are.
So
they don't care.
I know we said, because I know I said it, I'm just about to be a fan of the NBA, but it's kind of leaning like that. I want the Heat to win because I want Jimmy Butler to win. So it's almost like a hypocritical thing in a way.
Yes.
Because I like I said, I'm with you. I don't care who wins, but I kind of want Jimmy Butler to win because I'm a Jimmy Butler fan, which means that he has to win.
Correct.
Can we say 7 games?
Well, I can definitely see it going all 7. I don't think a sweep is happening. I don't think a gentleman's sweep is happening.
No.
I definitely say 6 or 7 for sure. I would love a 7-game series without question.
Somebody winning in 6 is what you said.
So I can see either team winning it possibly, but I can definitely see it going 7. I would love for it to go 7. But
I'll say this. I believe it splits both home team I think it splits in Denver and I think it splits in Miami. I think that's how that starts.
So you're saying after game 4, it's the best 2 out of 3.
Yeah. I think each team will win
wins
on the road. Yeah, I think each team will win on the road because you are like I just said, Miami has won game 1 on the road. They got to travel.
Correct. So they're not scared. They're not scared of traveling.
No, the moment's not big for them.
The moment's not too big. And plus, again, we keep talking about how Denver has been fantastic inside ball arena. Haven't lost. And as the old cliche goes, the series does not start until the home team loses.
Yep.
If Miami steals game one, which I know in layman's terms, Miami will be tired, but I think the Nuggets having all that time off will be a factor in game one.
Sea legs?
Again, yes.
Are they going to have sea legs?
I think so, because again, here's the thing. And you know this as well as I do. When you got momentum going and when you got a rhythm going, the last thing you want is downtime. That's the worst thing. That's the worst thing that can happen to a team that is clicking on all cylinders is you finish the series too early. Yes, rest is important. I'm not denying that. But I mean, you can simulate and practice all you want to. Nothing will hit you like game speed more than game speed when it's real time.
Yeah.
You can't simulate that in practice.
So Miami does have this, I agree with you. Miami got the little slight advantage because they played just a couple of days ago, like actual basketball, and they're just going to continue just to play basketball, just flying into Denver. Yeah. I'm picking Miami to win game one. I'm just going to pick Miami. Yep.
He says the Heat still game one. I don't.
Why wouldn't they? I don't see no other reason why. They've stolen game one in every series they played in.
Correct.
So
he says the trend continues, and
why not?
And one thing B did point out as B is trying to get back in. He said he's gonna charge us one and hopefully a lot back in, but that depends on if we're still doing the show or not. But he did say he was looking forward to seeing Bam and Joker battle on the boards and battle in the paint. That is going to be a fantastic
basketball.
That's going to be fantastic. But also, I'm anxious to see Vincent and Contavious Caldwell Pope battle it out.
Yep.
Also interested to see who's true scars. But I think for me, I just think it's going to happen. But one of those games, I think we're going to have a duel, mano a mano, between Jamal Murray and Jimmy Buckets. I don't know which game it is, but there is going to be a game to where both Jimmy Buckets and Jamal Murray
catch fire.
They just might give me Bird and Dominique like it was back in '88. I'm just trying to tell you. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, go to YouTube and type Bird versus Dominique Game 7, 1988, and appreciate that video. That's all I'm going to say as far as Bird versus Dominique. But I just have this feeling that Jamal Murray and Jimmy Butler are going to have that one game where it's just chess match, your move. I don't know what game it's going to be, but it's going to happen.
I don't disagree.
It's going to happen, and I'm hoping it's on a day that you're off, and we could be on IG Live when that is going on. I'm just saying, if I have one hope and prayer, that would be my hope and prayer.
When is game 2? Is game 2 Saturday?
Game 2 is actually we're going to go through the whole schedule of the NBA Finals. Hold on, let me go to the go to the Facebook NBA page or the ESPN NBA page, and we can actually give you a whole schedule of the NBA Finals, as we, of course, always like to give you vital information on the show. As I can find it here. Come on, where are you at? Where are you at?
We already know we got game 1 Thursday.
Come to me. Okay, so with the now is this your weekend off?
It is.
Oh, damn it, I forgot. I'm doing playoff games this Sunday. But game 2 is on Sunday at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So everything will be either at 8:30 Pacific, 8:30 Eastern, 5 Pacific, or 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific. So game 1 is on Thursday, 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Of course, all the games.
Right after my break.
All the games.
It'll be in my ear, though. It'll be in my ear.
We'll be on ABC. Game 2, Sunday. Game 3, Wednesday, June 7th. Game 4, Friday, June the 9th. Game 5, if there is one, which we feel like it will be Monday, June the 12th. Game 6 on Thursday, June 15th. And if it does go to Game 7.
Game 7 is on Father's Day, isn't it?
Oh, you know the schedule very well, my friend. Yes. Game 7 on Father's Day on a Sunday, if necessary. Well, there was a Game 7 on Mother's Day. There was a Game 7 on Memorial Day. So it will not be surprising, certainly from this show, it will not be surprising if we have a Game 7 of the NBA Finals on Father's Day. We'll just say it like we'll just say it like
I'm
that.
just saying, man.
I'm not saying, but I'm just saying.
Hey,
but I mean, for a finals matchup that doesn't involve any of our teams that we root for, and it's something different. I'm excited for this. I'm excited for it. I really am. Like I said, I wanted the Heat Nuggets finals because, like I said, I could not stomach anything. Okay, Nuggets versus Celtics or Lakers versus Heat, I would be okay because I would want to see the Heat get revenge on the Lakers, and it would be an interesting dynamic to see NBA versus the ABA in the finals per se. But,
and to see LeBron James walk off the court again, losing the final. Nothing gives me pleasure when he gets there, but he's not there.
But my heart of hearts, I wanted the Heat Nuggets finals because, like I said, I just wanted something different. And he is back. He is connecting once again.
I am back.
He has returned.
The phone died.
Unfortunately, you missed some good stuff. But
of course I did.
Earlier you were talking about the matchup between Bam and the Joker in the paint, on the glass. Go ahead and continue your thought on that.
Oh yeah, well, so we're also talking about what I felt the Lakers should be doing. So I'm interested to see how this works because I am definitely a fan of Bam.
Correct.
And I feel like his physical style, he might be one that can actually. I mean, nobody's going to stop the Joker. Let's just be honest.
Correct.
But at least if you can give somebody to make shit difficult for him, and then he's got that, which then forces him to make other players make plays.
Well, I'll even say like this because all three of us both know that Bam is not afraid to get dirty. He's not afraid to get physical, and if you happen to tend to get physical with the Joker, that kind of takes him off his game.
Yeah, it does.
For lack of a better term, because
till he hits that awkward ass step back three that I cannot for my life figure out how it goes in every time.
You were trying to figure that out. Anthony Davis was damn sure trying to figure that out.
Hey, I bet that shot's haunting AD in his fucking dreams.
Well, because I mean, all you
that was great defense.
You can't play it any better.
That was great defense all around.
And that's the thing. Only in basketball is the only sport where the defense can be sound, the defense can be on point, but you can still get beat by the offense. It's the only sport that happens in.
That's why this is the real chess match.
Because
I mean,
AD's hands are up, and we know AD's wingspan is right there with Jokic's. And just for Jokic, he almost shot the ball. He's fucking Manute Bol. He almost went like that, in a sense. And
it was the ugliest shit in the world. But it's money every time.
But yeah, like Manute Bol did make some 3-pointers in his day. Actually,
and people wonder why Bobo got Jay.
Oh yeah, his dad did it. I hate to venture off, but I gotta tell the story about how when Manute Bol was in his second stint with the Warriors, and I think they were playing the Minnesota Timberwolves. And Manute makes 3 consecutive 3-point shots.
Oh, I remember this game. Yep.
And the damn Coliseum loses its absolute damn mind because
Of course.
the first shot, everyone's going, no. What? Fucker made it? And all of a sudden,
Right.
he gets again like, Manute, what? He made it again. Okay. That's enough, Manute. Don't shoot it again. Oh, like, he's gonna shoot. He's gonna shoot.
Hey, that heat check, it was hot.
No, but just the way how Steve Albert, Marv Albert's brother, but just the way Steve Albert was describing it and how nuts he was going, and Jim Barnett, and Jim Barnett, who's never at a loss for words, even Jim Barnett didn't know what to say because we're just like, what are we watching?
What do you say?
What are you watching here?
It's
almost like the same shot that J.R. Ryder hit against the Kings because you don't know how in the hell that went in.
Nope, but it went in.
How are you almost falling out of bounds and you cuff the ball and just heave it
and just fucking heave that bitch and
nothing but net?
One of my favorite players.
But he was also a UNLV running rebel, by the way. Yes, indeed.
Yes, he was.
But
the running
like I
rebel.
said, if Bam could get physical, which he's not afraid to, that might take the Joe Roberts game. But here lies the question, because at times Michael Porter Jr. has been inconsistent in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
When he's on, he's on. But as I was saying before you came back on, I said there's going to be one game. I don't know which game. I don't know which game it is, but there's going to be a game to where it's going to be man on man, like in John Wick Chapter 4, because Jamal Murray and Jimmy Butler are going to go at it, and both men are going to be on fire, and we're going to have a duel. Don't know which game that is, but
I'm gonna call it right now. Game 1.
Oh,
well, I already got Miami winning game 1.
Yeah, I actually I'm kind of leaning towards that. Just with the thought that Denver sat for a minute,
and that's another thing we touched on was Denver has sat for a minute, and sea legs are real, and like I was saying, the worst thing that you don't want when you're clicking is you don't want rest.
Nope.
Right.
You want to keep playing. That's the one thing you don't want. Now again, a lot of people have a lot of people have Denver winning. Is that Don Julio?
Huh?
Is that Don Julio?
No.
Oh, I thought I saw Don
This
Julio.
is a mixology craft whiskey set.
Oh yes, whiskey set, nice. I thought I saw Don Julio.
Kristen. Thank you.
They have the Nuggets.
78%
78% have the Nuggets winning the finals. Only 22% from Miami.
78%.
78%. This is according to ESPN analytics.
They must don't watch basketball very well to do that.
Well, here's my thing. I
get it. I get it, but I don't think nobody that really watched basketball. 78%.
Here's the line for game 1. Denver's at a -9. That's the spread. Miami's a +9. On the money line, and this is just for game 1, not the series. This is just for game 1. The money line for the Nuggets, -400. For the Heat, +310. The over/under is 219. This is just for game 1.
I'm picking it. I'm riding with the Heat. I still like I said, I still got to go in 7. And then just to drop the knowledge that I knew that game 7 would fall on Father's Day. Yep.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be too much for him.
For Miami?
I do.
Ooh.
I think it's Denver's year. Think about it. This team has been building and building and building, playing and winning and losing and winning and heartbreaks. And it's been the same team. There's not a lot of turnover. It's their time.
But you can say
I think that they're primed to go. I think they're gonna get punched in the gut. This will not be easy. Nothing involving the Miami Heat will ever be easy.
Oh no,
As long as Jimmy's there and Eric Spoelstra's there.
Never that. No.
So, but I do think, valiant effort as it will be, it won't be enough. I think Denver is ready. I think Jamal Murray is primed to take over. The Joker's gonna look. We're talking about the new age Shaq and Kobe. That's how you can't shut them both down. You have to double one and pray to God the other one doesn't fucking go nuclear.
Well,
and in most cases, they will.
The defense just shut down Tatum and Brown.
They're not this. That ain't.
I know they're not the same. But
Brown is inconsistent. Tatum is inconsistent.
That's 110%.
Yes.
Neither one of these other two are inconsistent. They show up every night.
Well, you ain't got to explain to me. I already told you how I feel about Joker.
So
I said that in y'all series.
But
I said he was going to average a triple-double.
At the same time, that's why it's really gonna come down to Bam. Bam will be the X factor. Right?
I think it's gonna be Caleb Martin.
And honestly, I'm throwing fucking Udonis Haslem in every fucking opportunity. Not because it's him, but because he's gonna get in there and get physical. He's gonna make the Joker work.
You want him to take them fouls. That's what they
Fuck yeah. The same thing I wanted them to the Lakers to throw Tristan Thompson in for. Put a body in there, and Tristan is a big body. He'll get physical. Throw him in there, let him eat some fouls, let him bang up.
Well, you can do that with him. You can also do that with Kevin Love. You can also do that with Cody. You can also do that with Cody Zeller. There are some fouls that Miami can use if you want, because as we've said, if you get physical with the Joker, because the Joker is not necessarily what we would call a physical center.
Correct.
As talented as he is, as much of a magician as he is, he is finesse. So if Bam can get physical, it possibly can take Joker out of his game and not want and make him stick to the outside in the perimeter. Because again, if the Joker's getting is controlling the offensive glass like he can, that's going to be a problem for Miami. No question. Right. I won't argue that. But if he's sticking out in the perimeter where the glass is open, because Jimmy Buckets is not scared to get rebounds. Neither is Bam. Neither is Caleb Martin. Neither is Strus. Hell, neither is Gabe Vincent with his short ass.
The whole team ain't scared.
They're not scared to get rebounds. But again, the Heat possibly might be getting a key cog back in Tyler Hero in Game 3.
Yeah.
Okay, if he gets going shooting the ball, along with Duncan Robinson, and if Martin continues to be Martin hitting shots, and Gabe Vincent continues to be hitting shots, that's 4 shooters that Denver has to worry about.
Yeah.
Now, on the flip side, if Michael Porter's hitting, that could be an issue. Okay? If KCP gets going, which we know he can.
Right.
We've all seen
that.
It was for sure a problem for us.
But I think Denver's X factor that nobody's really talking about is Aaron Gordon. I think he is Denver's biggest X factor in this series.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because that's the guy that when he's on, I don't know if Miami has a guy for him.
Correct.
This guy is explosive. He's developed a nice little mid-range. Jump shot.
I agree. I don't think anybody on Miami, perhaps with his size, has the athleticism to match him. I agree with that wholeheartedly. Yes.
Yeah. It's going to be a fun series.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I think I don't see anybody getting blown out.
Yeah.
And I do think we'll see if everybody is playing to their capabilities. I think we're gonna have some good, some nice, fun, high scoring basketball.
Well, I think
it'll be a little defense. They'll score. It'll be a little defense.
I think it'll be high scoring in Denver, but I think defensive minded in Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the Miami Heat play old school Eastern Conference basketball, which again, when you have the slickster that is Pat Riley orchestrating your organization, defense is going to be the war cry, and that's one thing Miami does well. But also, the chess match that's going to be between Michael Malone and Eric Spoelstra, I think is going to be absolutely huge because
two excellent coaches,
very damn good coach, was on the Warrior staff with Mark Jackson. Yes, he was. People forget that. And again, I know eventually the Kings got it right with Mike Brown, but I still say the Kings did Michael Malone shady. Who knows what Malone could have done in Sacramento? If he possibly could have done the same thing as he's doing in Denver, but Denver gave him the shot.
Yep.
And
here's the reward.
Here's what people forget. The Joker and Murray both started on the bench. They were coming off the bench for Denver. People keep forgetting that.
Wow, I totally forgot about that.
To touch on what B said, just like Miami's been building for years, so has Denver. Denver has been putting this together for a long time. And again, both teams suffered heartbreak in the bubble, courtesy of your beloved Lakers, because I think Denver got tired.
Yeah.
Because people forget in that particular bubble setting, Denver was down 3-1 twice to Utah.
Yep.
And the Clippers won both those series, and I just think they ran out of gas when they played your Lakers in the conference finals.
Yeah.
And like I said, if Goran Dragic does not hurt his foot, who knows what happens against Lakers? People keep forgetting that because Dragic
was a problem.
Dragic was, he was the 1A to Jimmy Butler because those two were a dynamic duo.
Yeah, they were fun.
And unfortunately, the Dragon hurt his foot, and of course, it hasn't played since. Mizzle said he can see it going 7. Do you agree with him?
No.
Okay.
I take that back. I could see it going 7, but I don't think it will.
I can see it
I think we'll get a 6 game, but I think at the end of the day, the rest that Denver did get will actually serve them better because I think once again Miami's going to run out of gas.
That's a fair assessment.
I ain't got nothing.
Very, very fair assessment. Well, like I said, this is the matchup I wanted. I think this will be a tremendous chess game. A tremendous chess game.
I thought it'd be a fun matchup. I'm not gonna say it's the one I wanted.
We know
nobody cares about what you want.
All I know is your weak ass, fake ass MVP ain't in it, so we're good.
Yeah, he choked too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not putting all the blame on Harden.
He should send that trophy to Joker.
Well, the Joker's got to.
It's
I don't care.
Regular season MVP, not what you do in this playoffs. If they're in that case, they should give the MVP.
Well, that's why I don't think they should. That's why I believe they should give the MVP after, or at least right before the finals.
I don't disagree with that. I don't at all.
Or you can say the regular season award is the player of the year, and the MVP is whoever does it in the playoffs.
Sure.
If you want to do it that route,
Because
I never agree with giving the
wanna,
MVP at in the regular season. I never.
If you're breaking down the word most valuable player, you cannot stop that assessment at the regular season because the most valuable player is the one that steps up when the shit really is real and guides his team to the fucking promised land.
I back that 110%. That's exactly how I feel.
And that's the bottom line. Because Fat Boy said so.
You are.
I mean, it's just okay. So I'm just looking at Spoelstra's since he's become the head coach of Miami.
Incredible.
He first coached the job in 2008, 2009. So let's see there. 1, 2. Only 3 times he has not been in the playoffs.
He was the video guy.
Yeah, yes.
The fucking video guy. I love it. I fucking love it.
Oh, I love his story.
That just shows you that Pat Riley knew what the fuck he was doing.
Well, again, like I said, we need to put some respect on Pat Riley's name because, again, like I've been saying, he's the second greatest executive behind the logo, which, of course, Pat Riley learned from the logo when he was in LA. People keep forgetting. And to that, on behalf of Lakers Nation, you're welcome. There is no National Basketball Association without the Los Angeles Lakers. Suck on that. All right, move on. Technically, they were in Minneapolis before they moved to LA.
Yeah, it didn't matter. It was the Los Angeles Lakers that made it a thing.
Well, technically, the Lakers can only claim 12 titles because they didn't win the 5 in Memphis.
Hey, first of all, those are ours. Okay? If that's the case, you ain't claiming none of those Philly titles.
I don't.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't.
Then still kiss the rings.
Which is why I always say when I said the key word that says since they moved to the Bay Area in 61, 62. You know me.
Yes.
You know I speak from a historical perspective.
Hold on.
We done talking about the Lakers, okay?
We are. Look at that.
Oh, good Lord. Orange Cassidy has gone back to sleep. Okay.
Now we can move on. You're welcome.
Okay. So we've covered Nick Nurse become the new head coach of the 76ers.
Hold on. Wait, I just want to say, what is up with Philly and the medical field? First we had docs, now we got nurses.
It's true.
I don't know.
We go
I've been holding on to that all day.
We go from Glenn to Nick.
I don't understand it.
No, well, fresh blood, right? I think Nick Nurse is a really good coach. I do. I think Doc is a great coach, but the record speaks for itself.
It totally does.
You know, it's like you've got to get us over the hump. How long have we trusted this process? You know, so but also it's not all Doc's fault.
No. James Harden didn't show up.
Was James Harden?
Yep. James Harden didn't show up. Embiid didn't show up.
I'll tell you who deserves a contract extension.
Maxey
and Tobias motherfucking Harris.
No, he needs to take a pay cut.
Well, shit, he the only one that earned his money in these playoffs.
Yeah, but he getting paid $36 million to be a superstar.
Yeah, well, yeah, no.
Yeah, $36 million.
Well, that's why I thought the Jimmy Butler thing was hilarious.
Yeah.
when he was like,
you couldn't give Jimmy Butler the 36 mil?
Bro, yeah, I bet you they wish they would have.
And he wanted to stay.
Because guess what?
Everybody wants to play with Embiid.
They're probably working on title number 2 or 3 by now. But I know you. I know.
And to answer your question, Mizzle, you were correct. The Heat were a 5 seed in the bubble in Orlando. You were correct. They were a 5 seed.
Nice.
To which they beat a 56-win Bucks team. To which the Bucks.
This is why this
to which again. To which again, the Bucks had the best record when the whole bubble playoffs started because they had 56 wins. Toronto had 53. Then B's Lakers had 52. So I'm just putting it out there. Wait a minute. The Rockets had 44 wins, and then they sucked after that? Wow. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Damn.
The Rockets are trash.
Well, you can go back to
they have not been relevant since
the bubble.
No, fuck that. They weren't relevant then. They ain't been relevant since fucking Hakeem was there.
Oh. Oh my
god. Wait. No.
So you gonna totally disrespect when Chris Paul and James Harden was there?
T-Mac and Yao Ming, my bad.
Okay.
That was last time I gave them respect.
Still trying to understand how you score. How many points did McGrady score in like 8 seconds?
13.
13.
Old T-Mac. T-Mac.
Yeah, before the bad knees, which is unfortunate.
Yes.
Which is the same thing with Grant Hill's ankles, because who knows what
Man.
Grant Hill would have done more if he didn't have bad ankle problems.
For real.
Because the man was on
What
his
happens
way
when
to
you go to Duke?
Jeez. Blame the school. God.
Sorry. Tar Heel.
Spoken like a true Tar Heel. Oh my goodness. Oh boy.
Jeez.
Sorry.
Unbelievable. Oh man.
Felt that one.
A real Tar Heel fan.
Hey, I get it. Hey, I'm right there with you. But my goodness. Oh. That was funny right there. I don't care who you are. So switching over to football real quick before we call this a night.
All right.
So I guess if there's a question, where should DeAndre Hopkins go, and where do you think he is going?
Stay out of the AFC West. That's all I care about. Just keep him away from the Chiefs.
Hey, you're not gonna like what I was about to say then.
Keep him away from the Chiefs.
No, I don't think that's where he would go.
I
think
he's nice in Buffalo.
I'm thinking Mile High.
Denver? Really?
Well, Russell Wilson wasn't on his list of quarterbacks.
Sean Payton, I'm telling you right now, Dangerous is coming back. I think this will be a big comeback year for him. You got Judy on one side. You throw D-Hop. Trade 2 of them fucking receivers for a fucking running back. I don't know who they got running the ball there.
No, the running back that hurt himself, he'll be back. And actually, Williams is a very good runner.
Is it the running back from North Carolina?
That's right.
I want to say yes.
I believe that is the running back from North Carolina. Yeah.
Don't hold that, but I mean, because I mean, obviously tearing your ACL in football is not what it used to be. Thanks to Adrian Peterson.
Right.
That guy. But
Beast.
No, I mean, Sutton is solid. Hamlin, when he's healthy, is solid. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with Denver's core. I do think, well, I don't know. I mean, yes, Stephon Diggs can use help, but I mean, Gabe Davis is good, and so is Isaiah McKenzie. Now, there's a certain quarterback in Cleveland that wants a reunion. He has said he wants a reunion with D Hop. If you have D Hop on the other side of Amari Cooper, and not to mention David Njoku, who had tight end with Nick Chubb, you could possibly do a lot of scoring in the dog pound in Cleveland, certainly in the early part of the season.
Definitely.
I'm just putting it out. I'm just putting it out there. Going to the Chiefs, they don't need him, but that would be like a luxury. Same thing with the Chargers.
Why would that be? No, they don't need anything.
That's why I say it would be a luxury.
They don't need that.
It would just be, we could just have this just because we can have it just to fuck with y'all. But that's just something I
have to go make a trade to get another corner.
Straight up.
Because I fully anticipate seeing them in the Super Bowl, and I want to whoop their ass.
How about the Chiefs?
Yep.
Oh boy.
Because I wanted it this year, and only because we Purdy got hurt, and I want to. I'm going to Philadelphia December 3rd. I'm going to be there. I'm going to look at the faces on those pieces of shit. I'm sorry.
If you do that, I'm just going to tell you this. Damn you. Stay away from Balboa. Do not go anywhere near that statue.
No. I'm not fucking with that. Nope.
Okay.
Nope. Yeah. I mean, I'm going to go take pictures.
Yes, by all means.
Because I'm a Rocky fan. But yeah, I'm not. No.
Yeah. Don't desecrate the statue.
No, that doesn't seem to work anyway.
For nobody.
No, for nobody. No. Which is why I got mad when the faithful went out. I'm like, no. Why?
That's why I was waiting for a Celtics jersey to be on it, and that didn't happen. So they know the rules.
Boston got smart. They're like, no, we're not desecrating Balboa.
They know the rules.
No. Yeah.
You should have wanted them to do it. Maybe you guys would have won that series.
That's what I said. I wanted them to do it, but they
okay.
Not to do it.
No, because they knew, like, if you and that's the thing. I've never seen a fictitious character be so identified with the city,
man,
to where they will protect that name.
And the funny part is storied history, as historical as Philadelphia is. All the history, all the statues, all the meaning, it's the Rocky statue you don't fuck with.
Oh yeah.
Fuck up the Liberty Bell if you want. We don't even care.
Yeah. You mess with Balboa?
Go. I don't care. Don't you fucking touch Rocky.
Don't touch Balboa. You mess with Balboa, we're going to follow treat on your ass.
Straight up.
But I love it.
I mean,
I think because Rocky embodies the spirit. You know what I mean?
Oh yes, absolutely.
Philadelphia.
Exactly what it is.
But I also say the same thing about Smoking Joe Frazier because he was Philadelphia through and through also.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think B-Hop as well. Which I think there should be a statue of Smoking Joe Frazier because I
disagree with that statement.
The fist in Detroit.
That too.
Fucking Joe Louis.
Mm-hmm.
The Brown Bomber. Yeah, man. Or you can also make a Thomas the Man Hearn statue. Definitely need an Emmanuel Stewart statue outside of Kronk Gym, because without Manny Stewart there is no Kronk Gym.
Yes.
But that's here nor there. But
and a Barry Bonds statue in San Francisco.
That's going to happen.
Drop the mic.
That is going to happen.
The better.
Don't know where. Well, like I'll say this: he needs the statue before Gerald Dempsey the Posey the Third gets one. The Bond statue needs to be done. The Bond statue needs to be built before Gerald Dempsey Posey the Third.
I agree.
Absolutely.
But definitely 28 and 25 need a statue, but 25 needs a statue first.
Facts.
Somewhere, or you could put Barry next to Willie Mack on the code.
Facts.
Man.
Since he does have 35 of the 99 splash hits in the code. Just saying. And speaking of which, even
And
though
the
I know
only one to
they
hit
took the
2
L
in there in a
tonight,
single game until fucking Sapulski Pookie, whatever the fuck his name is. That was impressive.
it was.
Hey,
But,
that's not an easy shot.
no, it's not. Which is why still a right-handed hitter has not done it yet. Posey would have done it if that damn pillar wasn't in the goddamn way in Game 1 against the Dodgers, because it was well on its way going into the Bay, for sure.
Yeah.
And that damn pillar just had to get in the way, like, no. But yeah, Posey crushed the shit out of that ball against the Dodgers in Game 1. Speaking of which, they've been, even though they took the L tonight, they have been playing some fantastic baseball. And these young kids, Patrick Bailey and Casey Smith, have just been raking.
Definitely what we needed.
Agreed.
And it's about time to send Joey Bart back down to Sacramento.
Oh, he's probably getting an option back to Sacramento because he still has options. Because I mean, I think more impressive the way that Patrick Bailey's been hitting is the way he's been holding that staff since he got there.
Yep.
And I mean,
let him take it.
And if Gerald Dempsey is giving you his seal of approval,
says a lot.
That's saying something.
Says a lot.
There's no better
just
stamp.
Doesn't just give his seal of approval. No, he definitely said, "Yeah, I just love what he's doing," and not to mention, there's more help on the way because Kyle Harrison has been throwing Ks up in Sacramento,
man,
and now you got Luis Matos, who is finally playing to his potential in the outfield, which he might be on the way also. Even though Haniger's been swinging it well lately, and so has Conforto, he's been swinging it lately. I mean, yesterday or Memorial Day was an example of what this offense can be, and not to mention, you get Jock back, and you have a middle of the order with Jock, with Jock, Haniger, and Conforto to add with Schmidt, and not to mention when Tyro comes off the injured list.
When Tyro, because he was killing.
Yeah, that 1 through 7 could be very, very deadly.
And then you just gotta look towards the streaky ass.
Yep.
Yeah.
You know, but once he starts streaking, though, that dude is a problem.
He's definitely.
Oh, he's like Brandon Bell. Once he gets out, he can carry for a week.
Definitely.
But
and how weird does he look? I do not like that fucking uniform on him.
What uniform?
Just hurt the fucking Toronto. Brandon Belt.
Well, I mean,
just it does not look right.
It was time. It was time, and plus, he doesn't have to press because you got Vlad, who just
swings at everything.
It just hits just like his fucking dad.
Right.
So I mean, and plus he's got those bad knees, so he doesn't have to be on his knees playing first base. He can just primarily be a DH. Which if he would have stayed, it would have probably because you got. I mean, the Giants have a whole lot of DHs as it is because you got Wilmer that's DH primarily, but he can't play first and third. But JD Davis is playing so well swinging the bat. You gotta have his bat in the lineup.
I love JD Davis. That dude's been killing since he got here.
Elk Grove has definitely been representing, and definitely the Giants won that trade, trading Darren up to the Mets and getting JD Davis. No questions about that. The bullpen has gotten better. Now Luke Jackson is off the IL, and Luke Jackson was a very good reliever before he had Tommy John, so that's definitely going to help fortify the back end of that bullpen. He can definitely set up Duvall, and you can definitely have Alexander and the Twins be the 7th inning guys. Because right now it's almost like it's almost a 6-inning game with the Giants, and if you don't have the lead by the 6th inning, it could be a problem because Jackson continues to be what he is, can be what he was with the Braves before Tommy John, and of course Duvall continues to be better. I mean, the man throws a 100-mile-an-hour slider.
Unheard of.
That's insane. and not to mention he has developed a cutter, and now he's throwing but he's now pitching with more confidence, knowing that he's the guy. There's no more closer by committee. He is that dude, and even though it's about to be June, the Giants are in the thick of the wild card race. So let's just keep them in. And of course,
still plenty of baseball.
And I don't think the Dodgers are going to run away with the rest because, as scary as it said, the Diamondbacks are right there, and they've been playing some very, very damn good ball. And they went full youth movement, and they are playing some very good ball, which is credit to Torey Lovullo. He's done an outstanding job. I still think somewhere down the road the Padres might get out because the Padres have too much talent not to be hot, even though they are 4 games under 500. But I think I mean, heck, the Giants are still in the thick of the division. They're only 5.5 games out.
Right.
Baseball,
and they're streaking right now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they've won 10 out of 14. They're 7-3 in their last 10. So I mean, they're right on the cusp. They're right there. And speaking of wild card slots, they're in a sense tied with the. Actually, it's a 3-way tie in the wild card between us, the Mets, and the Marlins.
Oh, the Marlins.
Marlins have been.
Marlins.
No, the Marlins can fucking pitch. The Marlins have some fantastic pitching. Alcantara is a fucking stud on the mound. Who's kind of like Brandon Webb, gets no run support whatsoever when he pitches.
Okay.
And plus their second baseman, I keep forgetting his name, but all he does is just rake. He was flirting with 400, but he's still hitting in the high 300s.
You talking about Jazz?
No, he's on the IL.
No, but when he comes back, that's
he's a problem too. No, let me pull up his name. Hold on 1 second. What is his name?
Birdie?
No, it's not Birdie. It's freaking He was with the Twins last year, won the batting title, but got traded Luis Arias. Who's only batting right now 376.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. All he does is just get hits.
Yeah, get her done.
Yeah. Like today, he had 2 more hits against the Padres, against the Angels on Sunday. He had 2 more hits. Like, all he just does is just gets hits. That's all he does. Well, all he does is get it. But last year, since he's been to the league, his rookie year was 2019. This is all he's done. Hit 334, hit 321, hit 294, hit 316 in 2022. Which held them win the batting title. So batting 294, which most people would take, that was an off year for him.
Yeah, his off year is better than most.
He was disappointed.
Disappointed hitting 294, but I digress. But no, he is a lifetime 321 hitter. Like I said, all he does is just freaking rake.
That's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the thing. Sometimes people forget the art of hitting. Like, being a 300 hitter used to mean something,
right? Back
in the day. I mean, it's just like I can't get you with. Oh yeah, I hit 35 home runs, but you're hitting fucking 207. Explain like okay. It's like Joey Gallo before this year, before Joey Gallo started getting himself right again. But it's like, okay, yeah, I hit 35 bombs, but you're hitting $199. Like, what?
Can't do it.
Can't do it. Can't do it at all. But I mean, now I'm telling you, when this show blows up, that has to be part of the soundboard. Just when
can't do it.
Can't do it.
Gotta cue the. Can't do it.
Can't do it.
that's gonna be one. Stone Cold saying, "What the hell do you guys want?" That's got to be another.
Yes.
Right.
But I'm just excited to see what the Giants can do. But this has been another late night edition of the Mizzle An Dub Show, where we have talked about the NBA Finals, where we have talked about the Warriors and a new era with Bob Myers and Nick Nurse becoming the 76ers, and even throwing in some Major League Baseball and DeAndre Hopkins. So a special thank you to friend and brother of the program, Mr. Brian Sullivan, as actually we are on countdown because pretty soon B will be the next member of the 40-40 Club.
Oh.
We are getting closer to that
Loading.
Loading.
So that's
Loading.
that celebration. Yes, indeed.
Denver in 6.
Ooh.
That's your prediction. Ooh,
That's
a
it.
good prediction.
Okay.
Well, like I said.
Oh, and Vegas in 5.
Ooh, well, let's close with that. So,
All right.
fantastic matchup in the Stanley Cup Final between the Florida Panthers and the Vegas. Boy, games 1 on Saturday is going to
I might watch it.
That area where Park MGM and T-Mobile, that area is going to be lit as fuck. I think the whole city is just going to be lit.
I might have to make a guest appearance.
I know at the Circa when they were watching the game in Game 6, to which the Knights just play the smackdown. The Stars didn't even show up.
Right.
You get skunked 6-0 in the final game of the season, to where you're trying to force a Game 7. You just did not show up. I'm just like, God. The game was over the first period, but the Panthers have been an amazing story in this run. In this run, the fact they were down 3-1 to Boston, came back and beat them.
Yep.
Down 3-1 to the Maple Leafs, and Toronto gets their heart broken again, even more so than us being Sharks fans. I think the Maple Leafs have gotten their heart broken more than us.
Yeah.
And us being Sharks fans, we expect that, but the Maple Leafs, we're talking about that's in Canada where hockey was born.
Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
But sheesh.
Yeah.
But and just the way they just throttled the Hurricanes. I'll say this for the Golden Knights: Kachuk is a problem. If they can't contain him, that's going to be a huge problem for the Golden Knights. But also at the same time, if the Panthers can't stop Eichel, but I think the key for the Golden Knights is Jonathan Marchessault, because Marchessault has been a dog in this playoff run, scoring. Of course, had the hat trick against Edmonton, had another goal in Game 6. Him and Carlson, 2 of the original Golden Knights. If those 2 get going, it's a problem. Of course, the line with Stone and Eichel is going to be a problem. But I will say this: this might be the series to where that old LA King Jonathan Quick might be an X factor for the Knights if Aiden Hill can't get right in goal. But
I forgot they had him.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why. Well, here's what people
Nice
understand.
spade to have up your sleeve.
Well, the Knights have gone through a whole bunch of goalies this year because Logan Thompson was playing outstanding before he got hurt.
Right.
It's true.
Freaking Broussard, until he had that awkward injury against the Winnipeg Jets, he was playing outstanding in goal.
Mm-hmm.
And then you just happen to have Aiden Hill sitting there, and then you decide to claim Jonathan Quick, who has been there and done that, won 2 cups with the Kings, so he knows what it takes to get there and finish it.
Right.
Just happen to be in there for insurance. But again, it goes to them hiring Bruce Cassidy, because Bruce Cassidy was a fantastic coach with the Boston Bruins, and all he did was just win. Got the Bruins to a Stanley Cup final before they lost the Blues in 2019, pre-COVID, obviously. But I think Cassidy has been the steady ship that Gallant and DeBoer eventually fell off. The funny thing about this is the Knights are in their 6th season as a franchise, and it's weird that they've already been through 3 head coaches, which is insane.
Right.
But at the same time, it's also their second appearance in the finals in their 6 years. They won't miss the final one, but I say Knights in 6 just because I think Florida will get 2 games just because Florida is tenacious and nasty. Both teams are very physical, and you wouldn't think that being that it's a West Coast team playing a South Florida team.
Right.
You would think it would be a lot. You would think it would be a lot of speed and finesse, but both teams are not scared to be physical mixed up. But I do think the Golden Knights will hoist the cup, and hopefully the parade will not be on one of my off days to where I can go participate in the parade.
You guys will have 2 under your belt.
Yeah, with the Aces, correct?
Oh, by the way, one of the most beautifulest fucking championship rings.
Yeah, yes. I have to give Mark credit. He went all out for the Aces, and back
as he should.
As he should, absolutely. So with that said, again, our special thank you to Mr. Sullivan for joining. Yes, love that hat. Yes, but our special thank you to Mr. Sullivan for coming in and joining us, and we hope you enjoy these NBA Finals between the Miami Heat and the Denver Nuggets. Game 1 is Thursday at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific on NBC. So with that said, for
Can't wait.
the giant man on the giant hat, for the great Conhorlio, I am Howard Cosell. Thank you for watching. And as always, it is
Thanks for having me.
Thank you for coming on. And as always, it is 5 o'clock some damn where.
Indeed.